When we talk about his career later on down the line, I think he will go down as one of the greatest of all time.
By far the best European player I've ever played.
He is the hardest working player in Halo right now.
Him being able to compete with all the NA players without practicing against them consistently.
His ability to listen in multiple languages.
For someone outside of the US to finally get an opportunity to compete on one of the best teams in the world.
It meant so much to North American fans and players to finally see a region now competing with the best of the best.
In terms of European exports, I think the three biggest that we've ever had is football, Guinness, and Legend.
It's 49 as Legend.
Such a game-changing kill right there by Legend.
With the double. Oh!
And Legend is him.
This is Legend unlocked. Take one, Mark.
Je m'appelle Cassis Sabri, je suis un joueur français et je joue pour Space Station.
Legend's reputation in the scene is just like #1 grinder. Like he'll be playing matchmaking 10 hours a day, scrim for 4 hours, just grinding, put it in max work, and it really paid off, and it showed.
Whatever you need, you can get it from Legend.
Yeah, Legend's a god.
5 and rising. Glory taken down. 2 dead here for Na'Vi. Make it 3. Oh, there is the punctuation point coming in from Legend.
I think one of the most defining features about Legend's playstyle is that he doesn't really have a playstyle. He doesn't have a weakness.
Legend plays super fast. Probably say he's the best OBJ player in the game, without a doubt. He's definitely the fastest when it comes to OBJ.
Very annoying to play against. He's got one of the best shots in the game, and he plays for the win. Very good combo for success.
All Cell 4 members there, and Quadrant take the lead here.
Back in the day, Halo to me was like a crazy game, like everyone in the world was playing it. So my big brother was a gamer, so I just followed the logic path of being a gamer too. I mean, I feel like I was naturally good because like I was playing against my dad or my brother who were like older than me, and I was like still being able to like beat them, so.
Oh my God!
It's really hard to be an up-and-coming player, but to be an up-and-coming player in Europe, it's a whole different level.
It was kind of like parallels almost. Like I was coming up in America and he was also coming up in Europe. He also, like, no one really knew what he looked like too, so it was kind of like we were both mysterious. We were like the same, just like different sides of the earth at one point. So like looking at it, I was like, it's actually really cool. First time I played him was around 2020, 2019. His Legend was his name, and I was like, who is this kid? Like when you play someone and you know they're good, it's kind of annoying because you're like, wait, I don't know this guy, and he's like shitting on me. And then you're like looking at his account, he's like, he's not even a Smurf.
The first time I heard of Legend, he was part of a group called the Cartel.
They were dominating Halo 5, he was playing 2v2s against Americans, he was jumping in any tournament that he could.
And it was kind of exciting to see them playing against some of the better players in the world at that time.
And Legend was the front runner as far as the skill and the talent that was on that team.
He was really starting to make a name for himself as one of the cartel kings. For years, we were crying out in Europe for a team that could go on and make history.
We didn't think it would actually happen because there was separate contracts, there was Ascend, there was Quadrant, and then suddenly it did happen.
SLG, Seeker, Chick, and Legend. 4 players from France who surprised everyone.
I feel like I was very happy to play into this team because like you represent your country, the communication was easier.
Watching Quadrant play last year, it was very apparent that they were really fast. They're just super quick on their rotations last year, and just how like fast they could get a setup and just hold that.
And that Quadrant team just became one that separated themselves from, it felt like European Halo. You have your standard European Halo teams, and then there's Quadrant, which is this step above.
This Quadrant roster immediately went into a series against the world's best, figured out a way to win, and that's when you know they had a little bit something that nobody else had.
And Quadrant are about to do the unthinkable by clean sweeping the world champions!
When Quadrant beat Optic, it was the biggest upset that I think we had ever seen on the world stage from a European team. That was a message to North American teams that the rest of the world is no joke.
It was kind of one of those things that you wear as a badge of honor. It was finally a team has made it, and finally Europe is being recognized.
Legend was the most clutch player. He would never fail, it felt like, in those big moments, and was always the player to step up for them. And that kind of flexibility and intelligence as a player is something that really started to separate him from the rest of the incredibly talented players on that roster. There were some rumors flying about.
We heard whispers and murmurings of Legend being poached by some of the top teams.
This rumor went around for so long, it was like months and months and months.
When you perform like he has on LAN, opportunity comes knocking.
Going into the offseason, I think we knew we wanted to make a change. With Quadrant's success last year, it was kind of like Legend was the guy. Me, Eco, and Stellar, we all knew that he kind of fit our playstyle of playing fast.
I received a message on Discord from Eco, and he was like, are you interested to like play for an American team?
I think when SSG gives you a call and offers you an opportunity to try and compete for championships, you take that.
It's still a hard decision because like, even though we're teammates, like I'm really like close friends with them, so like I just like choose what was the best for me.
When it comes down to your career, you got to make the best decisions for you.
Leaving France, leaving my friends, leaving my family behind me was like really hard, but fortunately Bound like offered me to live with him and his family, and they have been very nice to me, so the transition has been really, really easy.
What kind of games are we going to play? Like Atari games, like Pong and shit?
Oh, okay.
You ever play Pong? It's like the first video game.
Bound reached out to Legend and was like, hey, I'm your new teammate. I've got space for you in my place. You can come and live with us.
That's a documentary I would like to watch. Bound and Legend, the roommates.
No, you're not. You don't know how to drive.
So Bound as a roommate, I think is like pretty chill. He's really like easy to get along with, and like he's actually a really nice person.
Oh my God!
It's almost like they get to experience a lot of this up and coming potential together. And I think that adds a bond between those two that it's going to be tough to break.
A young man to move over to another country, but be there with someone that he's going to be playing with, surrounded by people that he's going to be more comfortable kind of making that move with, creates the environment for him to just play Halo and succeed.
Success doesn't always come instantly, but for this SSG roster, I guess it did, and they looked damn good doing it.
So when we first saw SSG at a LAN with Legend, we didn't really know what to expect, but I was maybe expecting top 3 again.
SSG came out the gates firing, and they looked dominant.
They get to a grand finals at the Optic Major in Arlington.
A proud moment for Europe, a proud moment for Space Station Gaming. They are your champions.
Massive moment, not just for Legend, but for the entire region. He, in that moment, became the best European player of all time, without a doubt.
Legend has answered the call, and he has shown up for SSG in a monumental way.
I'm a person who's had to watch European Halo fail for 10 plus years. So to see Sabri get over the line and the rest of SSG lift that trophy was such a massive moment, obviously for him personally, but for a whole region to be supporting him along that way, I think is one of the most special moments we've had in Halo for quite some time.
They can confidently go into the rest of the season knowing they're good enough to get the job done. They just have to play like it.
When we're all playing good and we all have like that confidence flowing in us, I think we're unstoppable.
Looking forward for this Space Station roster, they demand championships, they expect championships.
This team has everything that it needs to win championships. The sky is the limit for them. All 4 of those players, when they click on any given Sunday, they can win a championship.
Legend's going to be a name that you will remember forever in Halo's history.
He's making history, and he will continue to do so.
By winning that event, it gave me like a lot of confidence. I'm pretty sure we're gonna win everything.